There is a man sitting at a birthday dinner that was organised for him. 14 people around a long table. Someone has ordered wine. Someone else is telling a story that makes everyone laugh. His wife touches his arm. His best friend raises a glass. And the man is thinking about the fact that he cannot feel any of this. Not sad, not anxious, not angry or distracted or wishing he was somewhere else. He is simply not registering the event as it happens. The laughter reaches him the way sound reaches the bottom of a swimming pool. Present but formless. The room is warm and the people are kind, and he knows, with the part of himself that still catalogues these things, that this is a good life, that these are people who love him, that this is the kind of evening someone would look back on with warmth. He knows all of this. He feels none of it. He has tried to explain it once to his wife late at night after she asked why he seemed distant. He said he felt numb. She heard depression. She suggested he talk to someone. He went. The therapist asked about his mood, his sleep, his appetite. Everything was fine. He was not depressed. He was not anxious. He ate well, slept well, exercised 3 times a week. He functioned by every clinical measure at a high level. The therapist looked at him the way people look at a machine that is running perfectly but making a sound no one can identify. There was nothing to diagnose. There was nothing wrong. And yet, the word for what he is experiencing does not appear in most diagnostic manuals, and it sits in the gap between pathology and personhood, in the place where clinical language runs out and something older begins. The psychologist Jeffrey Young called it the detached protector, a mode of being in which a person withdraws from emotional experience as a way of surviving it. Not a breakdown, a strategy, one that was learned so early and practiced so thoroughly that it no longer feels like a choice. It feels like a personality. The man at the birthday dinner was not always this way. There are photographs from his 20s in which he is visibly alive, laughing with his mouth open, holding someone close with both arms, not one. He can see the difference in the photographs, but he cannot access the feeling. It's like looking at pictures of a country he once visited but can no longer remember the language of. The experience was real. The capacity to re-enter it is gone. What happened between then and now is not a single event. It is an accumulation. A series of moments in which feeling was met with a response that made feeling unsafe. A father who flinched at tears. A relationship that punished openness. A workplace that rewarded composure above everything. None of these by themselves would be enough. Together, over years, they taught a nervous system that the safest state is no state at all, that the way to survive is to stop arriving. Winnicott described a version of this when he wrote about compliance. The compliant self is not the same as the false self, though they live in the same building. The false self performs a version of the person that the world expects. The compliant self goes further. It stops expecting anything of the world in return. It does not rebel. It does not grieve. It adjusts. And the adjustment is so complete that the person inside the adjustment forgets there was ever anything to adjust away from. The compliance looks from the outside like maturity, like stability, like a man who has his life together, who is calm under pressure, who never makes a scene. The cost is invisible because the cost is the disappearance of the thing that would have noticed the cost. There is a particular kind of loneliness that belongs to people who are surrounded by love they cannot feel. It is not the loneliness of isolation. It is the loneliness of presence without contact. The man is at the table. He is smiling at the right moments. He's answering questions and pouring wine and performing warmth with the skill of someone who has been doing it for decades. But the warmth does not reach inward. It circulates on the surface like heat from a lamp that is pointed away from the room it is meant to warm. The freeze response, as it is understood in trauma research, is not what most people imagine. It is not a deer caught in headlights. It is more sophisticated than that. In its chronic form, it is a system that dims the volume on all incoming sensation, so that nothing registers above a whisper. The system does not distinguish between threat and tenderness. It cannot. It learned long ago that the safest response to any strong feeling is to reduce it before it arrives. And so everything arrives reduced. The joy at his birthday dinner, the grief he could not access when his mother died, the love he knows he has for his children but experiences as a concept rather than a current. All of it, filtered through the same apparatus, all of it arriving muted. Byung-Chul Han wrote about a society that produces exhaustion not through oppression, but through excess. Too many options, too much stimulation, too many demands on attention. But the man at the dinner is not overstimulated. He is understimulated from the inside. The world is reaching him. He is not reaching back. The signals are arriving and there is no one at the reception desk to receive them. He will go home after the dinner. He will thank everyone. He will drive carefully, park in the garage, sit in the car for a moment before going inside. Not because he is upset, because the transition from performing connection to being alone requires a pause, a decompression. The suit of composure needs a moment to loosen before he walks back into the building where no one is watching. And in that pause, in the silence of the parked car, there will be something. Not a feeling exactly, a flicker. The faintest suggestion that beneath the mechanism, beneath the years of careful reduction, there is still a frequency, still a signal. He will not know what to do with it. He never does. It will pass before he can name it, replaced by the familiar flatness that he has come to mistake for calm. He will go inside. He will brush his teeth. He will lie in the dark next to someone who loves him and feel the specific weight of being unable to feel the specific weight of being loved. The numbness is not the absence of emotion. It is the presence of a wall built so carefully over so many years, with such precise engineering that it no longer looks like a wall. It looks like the room itself. And the man inside the room has forgotten that rooms have doors.